What's up, everybody? It's White Boy Lockdown Radio. Welcome to the channel. Before we get into this one, let me go ahead and get this out the way. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet. Hit the like button, drop a comment, share the video, hit the bell on all notifications. Alright, man, I've been talking about gangs for a little bit, man, and I'm just going to go ahead and jump right into this one. This section here is going to be, it'll be on and off, but, you know, it'll get deep, man. I hear a lot about buck 50s. People ask me about buck 50s. You know, I'm going to try to break this down in the most logical sense and keep it real. Buck 50, man, here in Florida, and it should be everywhere. You know, that was a thing. That started off as a thing where, you know, if you told on somebody or you ratted on somebody, you know, word got two people to put a hit on you and do that to you. It's to mark you. That's, you know, it comes from, you know, the saying you're a mark. You know, however, in prison, to be 100% with you, buck 50s are usually happen only in gangs, okay? And it's usually gang members doing it to their own brother. So the same gang. And what I mean by that is, I dropped a video before, prison and gays, you know, talking about how, you know, it's always the dude with the gold teeth and the loudest guy in the dorm, you know, that gets caught in the back stall airing out a punk, you know what I mean? You gotta understand these gangs, man, they have, a lot of them are on the street banging. And I'm openly talking about any set right now. These guys are on the street, and you have a handful of them that are really living like that, really representing whatever it is. But the majority of prison gangs, you know, obviously they come home in prison. If you have somebody coming home in prison, somebody, you know, learning the oaths, learning the bylaws, you have somebody learning the history, getting all the knowledge, whoever's giving them the knowledge, and they gotta go through whatever come home period or probate, however it is, however it's worded to whatever gang we are talking about. But by far, the drama with gangs is always amongst themselves. And what I mean by that is they're constantly testing each other. When a new gang member gets brought home, he's got to fight another gang member, you know? So you're always going to see them on the wall bumping, gritting, you know what I mean? You know, and it's put on Front Street. It's not only good to sit back and watch and observe it, because you're going to see, you know, what this dude's about. You're living in the dorm with them. You know, now you know this dude in your dorm is joining this gang, and you get to see one of his other brothers fight versus that one, you know, so you're going to eat it up. You're going to pay attention. You know, your head got to be at a swivel. You got to watch your back. So you're going to be on point. But they're constantly going through it with each other, and you'll see the same. You could almost sit back and call it. You observe a lot when you're in prison. You're always watching your surroundings. You could almost sit back and watch. You know the days when the new guys are going to come in. You're in a dorm. You know everybody. You got the people that you don't mess with. You got the people that you're straight with. You know, and then people come in. You're in a hostile environment. You're in there, so you're going to peep game, man. New cocks come, and then you're going to observe. You know, you don't want to be living with piece of shits. You're going to see who they're talking to, this and that, and then bam, there it is. Now he's probating, he's on the wall. Just as you see him coming home, just as you see him getting his test of heart, his come home fight, you know, you're gonna see him build a bond with. He may get along with another brother better than the rest of the brothers. So you're gonna see that bond go on. As time progresses, as time goes by, You'll see the plotting, you'll see the group, you'll see the talking, you'll hear the anger in the voice and their plot. You know something's going on, so you're sitting back and you're just observing. You have to. But all the time, one of the brothers will get caught messing with a punk, messing with a boy. And that's where that $150 thing comes in. That's where they're going to whoop them, they're going to hold them down, and they're going to $150 them. It happens in every single set. It happens all the time. But that the whole term $150 is very, very loosely used as a in-house thing for gangs. You know, speaking of gangs, you will have people come home, or you will have people on the street. All right, you'll have real gang members that just caught charges and now they're in prison. You know, and a lot of the times this gang term is loosely thrown around like if you join it, it's the hardest thing and it's the most instructable thing and it's the greatest thing. But no one tells you the truth about this stuff, man. A lot of these gang members inside the prison, they don't even like their own brothers. They don't. A lot of gang members hang out with non-gang members. A lot of gang members will be cool with other gang members, not their brothers, another set. You know, once in a while, you will have somebody who's really rocking that set, who's really rocking that gang. And he will get to that camp and he'll clean house. And what that means is he'll clean house. You know, if those dudes aren't being aggressive enough, if they're not living enough, if they're not putting enough intimidation down, you know, they'll start Xing people out. A lot of gang members check in because they don't want to get $150. You know, that cleaning house stuff when gang members clean house, they're cleaning amongst their own set. You know, if they're not following routine, if they're not following the structure, you know, they gotta catch violations. They gotta deal with violations. Violations within gangs are, you know, you're breaking the rules, you're not following it. You know, and they'll group up and they'll decide that violation, and then the violation gets taken in place, man, and whoever violated gets banged up. You know, and a lot of the times, depending on what the violation is, $150 will come behind a violation. But the cleaning house part and aspect of it, it's I say fun to watch. You're in prison. It's a hostile environment, man. You're gonna see stuff. Everybody's hard, or at least tries to be, acts it. You got a lot of testosterone, you got a lot of aggression. You'll have somebody who they could be really on that, really living like whatever gang they're a part of. They could be 100% behind it, and they're gonna clean house. Everybody's got to get on board, and they got to tighten up because, you know, they're repping the same thing he's repping with it, but they're trying to rep a watered down version of it, or they're not going 100% with it. You know, so when I say fun to watch, those type of dudes right there will clean house and get that gang, you know, following rules. You know, you'll see the same person. Maybe he's not working out and he's smoking a lot of Tucci, or maybe the whole gang is just making moves for Tucci just to smoke it in the wrong way. You'll see this dude come in and straight put down on these dudes, and you know, next thing you know, they're making plays to make the money and this and that. This is an example I can think of off the top of my head. But you also have the type of dude that, you know, I just explained, somebody who may be really repping that set, come in from the streets or whatever. But then you have a guy who came home in prison, and he was at a camp where his set was living like that and putting down and being aggressive and all this. And now he gets transferred to this camp, and these dudes are just really not on half of where he just came from. So now this dude is going to clean house and get it rolling and get these dudes working in order, man. And it's fun to watch because, you know, they will fight each other, the violations, all that, man. They will whoop each other. You know what I mean? And buck 50, you see them check in behind. You know what I mean? And like I say, man, it's watered down. But not to get it twisted that these dudes can't apply pressure. They will. What I mean is a lot of the drama with gangs is amongst their own, as amongst themselves. You know, if it's not with another gang. Cleaning house and buck 50s, you see it all the time in Florida. It don't matter if it's a Blood, don't matter if it's a Crip, don't matter if it's a anything. You see it all the time. You know, another